Namo Amida Buddha. This week is the first week of my 3-week vacation. It's now May 3rd, 2023. And the weather is such that I can go for long, I like to call them Nembutsu walks, where I just walk and silently and or aloud say Nembutsu with my prayer beads. And it's quite an interesting sight. You got this little old man walking around with a shaved head, usually wearing some kind of Buddhist shirt, like this, Namo Amida Bu, or a Buddha on it, and a parasol. Because my dad had skin cancer, and I don't want to go that route. And at 62, as of the making of this video, I try to take care of myself until I go to the Pure Land. But the other day, I went for a long walk, Monday I think it was, and I was walking on my way to get coffee and saying Nembutsu, and there was this incredible sense of silence. And the ironic thing is, I'm walking on the sidewalk, which is next to the feeder to the I-10 freeway in Houston, and just enjoying nature, looking at the birds, listening to the birds, squirrels, noticing the bodies of water, and there's this sense of calm within me. And just a few minutes before, I had incredible chaos going on inside of my mind. Total emotional upheaval prior to taking my walk on Monday. Because simply from looking at the violence in the news. Now I'm officially done with politics. I'm officially done. Basically, I'm done with this saha realm. I hold down a job because I'm required to hold down a job, because I can't retire. My goal in life is to retire, and I'll take it from there. Right now, I'm wondering if I want to live the rest of my life as a Jodo Shinshu priest or as a lay Buddhist monk, for lack of a better word. Not officially an ordained priest or monk, but just someone totally devoted and focused on Amida and sharing his message. I'm not going to rush this. I'm not going to worry about this. And of course, I'm not flip-flopping on, I can't flip-flop on my faith. That is sealed. I am in a state of non-retrogression when it comes to my faith. But getting back to the story of walking, my account of walking Monday and saying Nembutsu, this sense of silence and calm and tranquility came over me. And of course, whenever these spiritual experiences take place in my life, I take them with a total grain of salt. Because I know, just as previously, a few minutes before, my mind and emotions were in total upheaval over some random news story, someone killing somebody, which is a daily thing now. It's become commonplace. Mass murders, deception, wives of 38 years murdering their husbands and kids, husbands of 42 years murdering their wives, grandkids, and kids, and people going randomly to schools and everywhere else and just shooting people. I think in this case it was about the Texas A&M situation of a bunch of guys just driving up and randomly shooting into the stands at some kind of ball game at Texas A&M University in Houston. And, you know, as jaded as I would like to think I am concerning this sort of thing, it bothers me. Because I always, being an empath, I always put myself in the position of these people. You know, their loved ones. You know, you're trying to enjoy life here in the saha realm. You're trying to eke out some kind of pleasurable existence in this prison of a realm that we're stuck in. And make no mistake, this is the saha realm, guys. I am not going to turn this into the Pure Land through meditation, through mantras, through mindfulness, or any other means. I know this now. I have no doubt about this. So when these calm thoughts come, I know they're brief. I enjoy them while I can. And I don't try to cling to them, because it's like trying to grab water coming out of a waterfall. You're trying to hold the water. You're trying to make the water yours and own it and make it serve you. These spiritual experiences are like water. And you can cup your hand and experience it for a little while, but eventually your hand's going to grow tired and the water's going to fall. And it's either going to go back into the stream from which it came, or it's going to fall on the ground and evaporate. It's the same with spiritual experiences. But one thing I did experience, which my sensei Josho Adrian Kirlia has talked about on numerous occasions, especially on his blogger post, is the fact that basically this saha realm that we see as reality is basically a dream. It is a dream by me, it is a dream by you, it is a dream by all of us. Every man, woman, child, every human, every animal, every microbe, we are all part of the participants in this dream. And we are only we're not much more real than the dream itself. And that hit me very, very hard going through this experience. I'm enjoying all this peace, and I'm thinking to myself, I looked around and I noticed none of this is really real. This is part of a dream. Now, I walked next to a bayou on my way to the coffee shop to buy coffee, realizing that if in this dream I tried to jump off the railing onto the rocks below in the bayou, I'd be dead. I wouldn't be making this video. I would be in the Pure Land right now. Or worse, I would be alive with my arms and legs broken, probably paralyzed, probably brain damaged. We are participants in this dream. There's some very beautiful people on YouTube. One beautiful woman in particular who is a Pure Land Buddhist. She's a Chinese Pure Land Buddhist. She's not Jodo Shinshu. And she's always talking about, bless her heart, she's always talking about, this is how you overcome lust. You know, this is how you overcome this. This is how you overcome that. Use the Nimbutsu to overcome whatever. Let me be clear, and I do try to be clear on this. I don't believe this. I could say Nimbutsu till the day I die in this saha realm, and I would be incredibly calm. I would have moments of incredible peace, just like I did walking my walk on Monday, but it would not be long term. I know this oh so well. It takes very little to trigger me. Now, granted, through years of saying Nimbutsu, through years of learning to change my focus from my problems to Amida, to Nimbutsu, to the beautiful trees, to the beautiful birds, this has helped. Psychologically, I am a calmer person. I get over the triggering situations a lot quicker than I used to. Let me be clear on this though. This is not a permanent state for me. This world is not my home. I cannot make this place the pure land by changing my thoughts, by changing my emotions, by changing anything in my life. Because of the very nature of this realm I live in. This is the saha realm. This is the realm of suffering and desire. Now, it is a prison, but as far as prisons go, depending on your karma, it can be better or worse. My karma has become much better through the years. Yes, I have bad moments. Yes, I have stuff I worry about. Yes, I get stressed. Often, I have a job that creates stress. I love my job. I love my job immensely. I have worked my job for over 15 years, going on approaching 16 years. It'll be 16 years. I've been with my company in November the 8th. That being said, you know, I don't particularly connect with that many people. I basically live in a little tiny bubble where my life is super duper simple. Very simple life. Very simple vegan diet. And I'm going to comment on this on my vegan channel. You know, I'm not really that affected by what goes on around here anymore, because I do see in the greater scheme of things, this is actually a dream. Some people refer to it as a hologram in the Matrix. I think dream describes this saha realm a lot better. And I talk about this in a lot of videos because people take this world way too seriously, including myself. I'm guilty of this, very guilty of it. Not going to deny it for a minute. There's nothing profound or outstanding about me. And this is why I am a traditional, keyword, traditional Jodo Shinshu Buddhist. Because as a traditional Jodo Shinshu Buddhist, I don't mix my practice as a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist with other practices, other forms of meditation, other mantras to other Buddhas, to other spirits, to other gods. My focus is solely on Amida Buddha, his pure land, saying Nembutsu, with the knowledge that when I die, I will be born in his pure land of ultimate bliss and peace. Nothing else is much more real than that, including my death. Now, as I get older, it's a fact. I don't really want to be here. I am here because as long as I'm here, I know there are people who need to hear about my relationship with Amida Buddha. Like I said in my video, you are the reason I'm here. You, the one watching this, you are the reason I'm here. Because what other greater thing could there be? There are people who live garbage lives, who have political power, monetary, ridiculous monetary wealth. It's obscene, especially in the United States of America where I live. It's obscene. The greed, the selfishness, the narcissism that is a cancer not only on my society but the world in which we all live in. People with no conscience, no ethics, no clue as to what conscience or ethics are, and no desire to discover what they are. And that's them. That's their choice to be that way. Myself, I choose Amida Buddha. I choose his pure land. I choose to know he is real, and I choose to know that his pure land is real, and that in my next life I will be born an actual living Buddha in an actual living pure land. Now, that is my choice, but that is not why I am a person of Shinjin. That is not why I know Amida is real, that I choose it. I did not condition my mind through saying Nembutsu to believe in Amida or his pure land. The fact I've made this choice is based on the fact that I have received a gift from a living Buddha known as Amitabha, aka Amida Buddha. I have received a knowing from him that beyond whatever this dream tells me, whatever good and or evil thoughts I have, whatever wonderful, calm, spiritual experiences I experience, ultimately they amount to nothing in this realm. Because honestly, this realm amounts to nothing. Amida is real. As Shinran said, only Nembutsu is true and real. Master Rinyu also said this. Only Nembutsu is true and real. When I say Namo Amida Butsu, I can be angry, I can be lustful, I can be filled with hate, violent thoughts, resentment, unforgiveness, rage, vile, evil thoughts, demonic thoughts. I can be calm. I can be happy. I can feel a childlike joy. Because all of these feelings are like clouds that come and go. And it's foolish to try to waste your time fixing them. Just change the focus. Or in the case of good feelings, it's foolish to try to hold on to them. Because like I said, it's like trying to hold on to a handful of water. It'll slip through your fingers. Eventually your hand will grow tired. You cannot maintain it. I could meditate in silent meditation from now to 40 years from now, if I live that long. And I'll come out of it serene and calm and feeling like a fully enlightened Buddha. And someone will say or do something, or I'll read a news article that will trigger me, and it'll go straight down the toilet. That is the nature of me. That is the nature of the saha realm. But Shinjin transcends all of this. This simple knowing that Amida Buddha and his Pure Land are real, and that I can stop the endless cycle of births and deaths by choosing to let go of my self-power and to simply allow Amida to grant me this gift of Shinjin. And once again, I want to be clear of it. I have nothing to do with being a person of Shinjin. Shinjin is that simple knowing that Amida and his Pure Land are real, and that I am saved by Amida Buddha. I have said his name in faith, entrusted myself and my karmic destiny to him, and I have wished to be born in his Pure Land. And once I did that, at some point after, came the knowledge that I was saved by Amida. I knew I was saved by Amida. I knew I had Shinjin. I didn't have to have that confirmed by anyone. I felt for the first time in my life there was something I did not need to be confirmed by another human being. I knew I was saved by Amida. That knowing has not and will not ever go away. Ever. Because Amida's love and diamond-like Shinjin transcends me and my pitiful existence here in this saha realm. So for all of you trying to invest your energy and life in making this realm heaven, good luck. All you have to do is look at the news and see how there's very little distinguishing a lot of rich billionaires and millionaires from white trash meth heads or trashy people living in the slums or crack addicts in certain cases. Now, not all people are the same. We are all different. Money and status doesn't necessarily dictate who you are as a person. But if your life is based on greed, and you live a life on greed to the point to where human life means nothing to you, and you would be willing to kill someone to get their money, their status, their land, their job, their spouse, then how are you any different than, the drug addict that stabs you because he wants to take your $20? Answer is you're not. You just have more stuff. I want to live a simple, comfortable life. And I do, right now. But all that can change. But if one day I find myself a filthy old man living under a bridge, I will be saying Nembutsu. Because, you know, this world is like a bubble in a stream. It's like a flash of lightning. It's like dew on a blade of grass. It's brief. And we all come, we all go. Some of us make a bigger splash in life than others and therefore get recognized for what that's worth. There are some people that think that if you become memorialized, you live forever. Whatever. I will live forever. I will be a Buddha. And it has nothing to do with what I'm doing or not doing now in this saha realm. It has everything to do with a living Buddha named Amida. Some know him as Amida Buddha. Some know him as Amida Bu, Amitofo, Ayidafat. It doesn't matter how you know him. It just matters that you know him. To know him, to experience him, is the greatest thing you can do in your life. I have never experienced a love like the love of Amida Buddha. I have never once doubted his love for me. I have never once felt abandoned by Amida Buddha. I urge you, whoever you are, whatever situation you're in, turn to him. Turn to Amida Buddha, Google his name, look at his image, seek to know more about this Buddha Amitabha. I am certainly glad that I did. Namo Amida Bu.